of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck.
A story of two unlikely friends.
Let's start out with George and Lenny. Lenny is a mentally disabled giant, totally dependent on George. He doesn't understand his strength and, by accident and fear, murders people and animals.
George is a small, quick-witted man who cares for and travels with Lenny.
A modern comparison of George and Lenny can be found in the cartoon of Pinky and the Brain,
Who are mice and not men. LOL, pun intended.
Lenny can be compared to Pinky because they are both the dim-witted sidekicks.
And George can be compared to the Brain because he is sarcastic and witty, and they both take care of their dim-witted sidekicks.
Candy, George and Lenny's first friend on their new work site where the story is based, is an aging farmhand who lost his hand in a work site. Candy can be compared to Wheezy from Toy Story because they both lost something, are aging, and have become great friends with both characters in their journeys.
Curly's wife, who is the only woman in the story, is known as a tramp, a tart, and a Lulu. She walks around the farm, intimidating the men by flaunting her body, and she tends to hide from her husband. Curly's wife can be compared to Jessica Rabbit because they both use their body to get the attention of men.
Okay, now that we've shown you all of the characters, we're going to give you a review of the story. Okay, so in the beginning of the book, George and Lenny are cast away from their town because Lenny had gotten into some trouble with a girl and she accused him of rape.
So, Lenny didn't actually rape her. He saw her dress and he thought that it looked soft, so he grabbed a hold of her skirt. She was like, oh my god, don't touch me. And then,
He panicked and, held tighter, and so she freaked out and was like, rape!
yeah. What she said. But it wasn't rape.
No.
It was not rape.
It was false accusation. So, they made their way to Weed, California. Not pot, weed.
Not marijuana, weed.
Anyways.
Can't wait.
And so, they were finding work, and when they did, they met these two guys named Slim and Candy, and they became good friends. So, on the work site, there was the boss and the boss's son, and his name was Curly, and Curly had a wife. And his wife was probably what you would call a tramp.
Or a tart, or a Lulu.
Or a Lulu, yeah.
Later on in the book, Slim has a litter of puppies, and Lenny, who's never had a puppy because he accidentally kills animals because he's too big to handle a small, delicate, living thing. Creature type thing.
Because he kills them. He's killed them before.
Yes. He gets one because Slim is like, yeah, you can handle it, you're responsible and stuff. And he plays with it in the barn one day and accidentally kills it.
Wow.
Talk about animal abuse. So, the puppy's dead. And Lenny's sitting there. He's like, oh my god, my puppy's dead. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then Curly's wife walks in. She's like, hey there, Sexual. And then he's like, I can't talk to you. My friend told me you're bad. And she's like, I'm not bad. And then
I just want to be your friend.
I just want to be your friend.
And he's like, well, I can't be your friend. And she's like, well, why not? And he's like, because Jordan told me not to. He told me you were trouble. She's like, I ain't causing no trouble. I just want you to feel my hair. And so, he's like, well,
let me
okay.
feel your hair. And then he feels it and it's like, oh my god, it's so stopped.
This is true. So, he's playing with it so much that he's in love with it. And she's like, you can stop now. And he's like, but I don't want to stop. She's like, oh my god, stop. And so she's freaking out and screaming because she thinks that he's gonna rape her again or something.
He never raped her.
He's never raped anyone, actually.
He's not a rapist.
So he's just really strong. And so she starts screaming and he presses her down through her throat and is like, you have to stop screaming, like these people are gonna hear you. And so he's like strangling her and like shaking her around, and he shakes her so hard that he breaks her neck.
And she falls to the ground and she's like bleeding. He's like, oh no, she's dead, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
So she's definitely dead.
Dead and gone.
And then Candy walks in. And Candy's like, is this what I think it is? A dead body? Curly's wife's dead body? And
A
Lenny's
dead body?
like, Lenny's like, I didn't mean to, I swear to God. I just didn't want her to start yelling about the puppy, and then I killed her, and now I'm gonna cry. And so Candy tells Lenny to follow George's instructions, and George's instructions were, if you ever got into trouble, you go to the brush so that they can leave, just like last time. So Lenny's like, off to the brush I go. And Candy tells George, and George is in the barn with the dead puppy and Curly's dead wife. And so everyone else, Slim, Curly, they all come in there and they're like, we're gonna kill that
Son of a
beep. And so they all start this rally to go and find Lenny. Basically, at the end of the book, Lenny is down by the brush where George told him to be, and George knows exactly where he is, so he goes there and he's talking to Lenny and he's like, everything's gonna be fine, just look at how beautiful that sunset is over there. So he's looking over at that sunset, and George is talking to him but really pulling out this gun back of Lenny's head. So if you couldn't guess what happens, he
shoots him back there.
I mean, point blank. There it is.
There it is.
Lenny's dead.
Like literally, whoop, there it is.
So the essence of our book is exactly how we explained it, and the plot twist, and you didn't expect it. It's how John Steinbeck rolls. Plot twist. So we will see you later, Mr. Weevadow.
See you in class, dude.